In the shadows of history, long before the advent of technology and the sophistication of modern science, there existed a mysterious tome, a book bound in leather, filled with pages that seemed less like mere words and more like echoes of the past and whispers of the future. This ancient manuscript, known to only a few, is said to have predicted world events centuries before they unfolded. Imagine the walls of time crumbling as you delve into a narrative so captivating that it blurs the lines between history and prophecy. What if you could peer into the past and see visions of the future, all through the pages of a single book? If this idea ignites your curiosity, you're in the right place. Stay with me, and we will unravel the profound implications this ancient text carries. The book in question is often linked to the enigmatic figure Nostradamus, a name that conjures images of cryptic prophecies and foreboding predictions. Born in the 16th century, Nostradamus penned a collection of quatrains filled with allegorical images and vagaries that piqued the interest of scholars, casual readers, and skeptics alike. Strangely enough, many of his verses parallel contemporary events, almost as if they were literary time capsules waiting to be unearthed. In these pages, one can find allusions to disasters, revolutions, and even the rise and fall of empires, fostering belief in something greater, a cosmic order that binds time and foreknowledge. Have you ever wondered why prophecies captivate us? What is it about foreseeing events that resonates with the human psyche? We search for patterns, we crave connection in the seemingly chaotic tapestry of our lives. This ancient book taps into that primal need, offering tantalizing glimpses of what might have been and what might still be. It goes beyond being a historical artifact, it's a mirror reflecting humanity's deepest fears and aspirations. Who wouldn't be compelled to explore the mysteries of a book that hints at the very fabric of time itself? Each prediction contained in this ancient work evokes a sense of intrigue that transcends the limitations of time and geography. The text speaks in riddles, forcing readers to decode meanings that can be interpreted in various ways. Take, for example, Quatrain I-1, a verse that many link to significant moments in history. The ambiguity of the language allows it to be intertwined with events centuries apart, blurring the boundaries of time itself. The alternative interpretations beg the question, is it mere coincidence, or is this evidence of a higher truth? You might be wondering about the reliability of such texts. After all, countless prophetic claims have been made throughout history. Are they merely fanciful fabrications, or is there something profound embedded within them? The truth may lie buried in the choice between disbelief and the acknowledgement of our own fears, the fear of the unknown and the chaotic nature of reality. Do predictions hold a key to understanding patterns and trends in our lives, or are they simply products of wishful thinking? As we venture further into this mystery, one begins to uncover a tapestry of predictions that range from the mundane to the spectacular. Nostradamus spoke of calamities, wars, and the roles of leaders and revolutionaries. But where do we draw the line between reality and interpretation? Which events do his quatrains truly seem to predict? Each interpretation opens doors to deeper questions, and one can easily get lost in the realm of possibilities and variations. In addition to Nostradamus, there are other ancient texts that echo similar themes of prophetic foresight. The Bible, with its countless references to prophecies, offers insights that can lead to both fear and hope, as believers draw connections between ancient passages and current global events. Take, for instance, the Book of Revelation, often evoking a sense of urgency and prediction regarding the end of days. Its symbolism speaks to every generation, recontextualizing a millennia-old narrative into contemporary issues, environmental collapse, geopolitical tensions, even global pandemics. Each turn of a page invites the reader to reflect, might we be living in an age echoed by timeless words? You may think, how can mere words ignite such fervor and speculation? This is the remarkable power of language, to transcend time, to resonate across centuries. Each reader infuses their interpretation with contemporary experience, reshaping the original message to fit current realities. This fusion of time and interpretation begs the question of our place in the cosmos. How significant are our live experiences in the grand scheme of the universe? As we delve deeper into the lore surrounding this ancient book, we encounter stories of those who claim to have unlocked the key to these cryptic messages. Scholars, historians, and enthusiasts have dedicated their lives to deciphering the contents of these prophetic texts, each claiming to have stumbled upon hidden meanings or patterns that illuminate profound truths. Fascinating discoveries often emerge from this quest, some decoding seemingly innocuous phrases that resonate with culturally significant events. This raises the question, what happens when we believe in prophecy, or perhaps better yet, what happens when we choose not to believe? For centuries, the debate around prophecy has remained contentious. Critics argue that predictions are often so vague that they can be manipulated to suit any narrative, while believers insist that these texts offer a glimpse into a grander design. What if there are threads of truth woven into the fabric of human history that are yet to be fully understood? What if the ancient book is less a collection of predictions and more a concentrated expression of collective hopes and fears, shaped by those who possess an acute sensitivity to the rhythms of society and nature? With the magic of storytelling, the allure of the unknown often eclipses the tangible aspects of reality. Nostradamus, known for his penchant for ambiguous imagery, provokes thought around the intricacies of free will versus a predestined path. Do we forge our futures through conscious choice, or are we merely actors in a grand play scripted long ago, a story foreshadowed in the pages of the ancient book? The question endures and invites introspection about human agency and destiny. As we navigate these ideas, let us also explore the societal impact of prophetic texts. Throughout history, these tomes have inspired movements and spawned philosophical revolutions. From the Renaissance to the Age of Enlightenment, individuals have looked towards such works as guiding stars during tumultuous times. The belief in prophecy could unite people or sow discord, igniting collective action or inciting fear. Is it possible that understanding our past through the lens of prophecy allows us to shape a more unified future? Now, picture gathering with friends around a campfire, each recounting a tale spun from the threads of prophecy and its implications. The conversations, sometimes fiery, sometimes contemplative, invite deeper discussions on belief systems and the cultural narratives that shape our understanding. Each point of view presents a puzzle piece, offering tantalizing clues about the inexplicable relationship between humanity and the cosmos. What if the truths uncovered are not just grand predictions, but personal revelations waiting to unfold in our daily lives? As we unravel the elements of this ancient book, we should also consider the lessons learned from those who dared to predict the future. Take a moment to think about the weight of knowledge, both burdensome and enlightening. Each quatrain, laden with historical context, challenges readers to confront uncomfortable truths about fate and the forces that govern our reality. It conjures thoughts of looming disasters or societal upheavals, urging vigilance in recognizing the signs. Are we prepared for what the tapestry of fate has in store for us? Moreover, the book isn't simply an artifact, it serves as a metaphorical bridge linking the past, present, and future. Its predictions, whether seen through the lens of skepticism or belief, encourage us to examine the trajectory of our world, fostering connections that enlighten our understanding of current events. You'll be intrigued to learn about the instances in which these ancient prophecies have materialized in remarkably accurate ways, prompting renewed interest in the tome. Have you ever paused to wonder what events might still lie ahead? As we approach the halfway point of our journey today, I invite you to reflect upon how this ancient book continues to resonate with countless people across cultures and centuries. The interplay of belief and skepticism creates a rich tapestry of storytelling. We have only begun to scratch the surface of the wonders this ancient text reveals, tales of imminent disasters, floods, and wars, each intertwined with the lives of people who lived, loved, and suffered through these epics. And as we stand on this threshold, poised to dive deeper into the intricacies of predictive prophecies, prepare yourself for what comes next. With mysteries mounting and questions piling up like autumn leaves, we remain ever curious about the final revelations that lie within the pages of our ancient tome. The journey is far from over, and the most astonishing discoveries are still ahead. So stay tuned as we plunge back into this expansive mystery in the second part of our exploration. The most shocking connections and interpretations await just around the corner, ready to spark your imagination and challenge your beliefs. Where will this journey lead us next? Only time will tell. As we set forth into the heart of this exploration, we must confront the fascinating nature of interpretations, those ever-shifting sands upon which the edifice of prophecy stands. Each generation, each reader, becomes a sculptor in their own right, chiseling away the marble of ancient texts to reveal interpretations that both resonate with their own experiences and reflect the world around them. In doing so, they breathe new life into these age-old words, formulating fresh connections between prophecy and the unfolding narrative of humanity. Consider this: as we unravel more quatrains, the lines begin to blur not only between events long past but also between potential futures that seem to beckon just beyond the horizon. For example, Nostradamus's references to the great conflicts and tragedies of history, wars that brought entire empires to their knees, paradoxically become a canvas on which to paint the modern age's fears. Does it not seem uncanny how, despite the evolution of civilization, we grapple with many of the same existential dilemmas? Take Quatrain 262, which speaks of the great man to be struck down in a significant year. This line has fueled speculation regarding major political assassinations from the likes of Henry IV of France to more recent tragedies. A close examination reveals a chilling parallel: each era's turbulence finds reflective shadows cast by those prophetic words. The cycle of violence and the consequence of human ambition do not seem to herald an end, but perpetuate a different struggle, leading some to ponder whether the text urges us towards awareness, a plea to recognize and learn from our cyclical past. Next, we should turn our attention to the notion of the collective unconscious as it intertwines with prophecies. Carl Jung posited that humanity is linked through shared experiences, memories, and symbols that transcend time and space. Perhaps, when readers connect their contemporary realities to ancient texts, they tap into this reservoir of collective human intuition, a guiding force that both constrains and liberates. Nostradamus's verses could be viewed as almost synesthetic echoes of an eternal human condition, a mirror reflecting our humanity's dark turbulence and astute beauty. Let us also consider how modern interpretations can take prophetic words taught from one generation to another, morphing into dangerously skewed ideologies. The space where prophecy and conspiracy mingle often breeds chaos. Revelations from texts can be weaponized, twisted, and contorted to fit nefarious goals. The concept of an us versus them arises, painting visions of catastrophe, where prophecies are misused to justify actions rather than become lessons for unity. This paradox introduces a pressing question: how do we anchor ourselves amid the currents of interpretations that clash with, or distort, the essence of prophecy? Engaging with prophecy also invites us to acknowledge not just the grand narratives but also the subtler whispers that emerge from the margins. In daily life, the prophecy of personal experience beckons. Could it be that in our contemporary existence, every minor decision, every chance encounter, parallels the unfolding cosmic drama foretold by these sage-like figures? Every one of us is a character in our own narrative, playing out the roles inscribed in ancient tomes. How often do we dismiss the resonances of our choices, only to find later that they echoed some prophecy made long before we were born? We should not overlook those instances when prophetic words emerge from the depths of personal despair and triumph within this maze. Reciting sacred texts loudly has often provided solace, imparting energy to the beleaguered spirits. Spiritual leaders and activists throughout history have drawn on centuries-old words and philosophies to seek justice, healing, and change, demonstrating a living dynamic between ancient prophecies and contemporary movements. This represents an ambitious act of reclaiming the narrative, a way to shape collective destiny through hope and resilience. The imagination and intention behind these words evolve alongside us. Nostradamus himself, aware of the limitations yet imbued with purpose, recognized potentialities rather than a predetermined fate. the vastness of his visions encourages us to re-examine our agency. We find ourselves needing to ask, do we have the power to alter the patterns outlined with such foresight? Continuing this line of inquiry reveals the dual roles of humanity as both actors and spectators on this grand stage. Now, let's explore how the legacy of Nostradamus, along with other prophets, shaped art, literature, and culture through the ages. The interplay between prophetic themes and creative endeavors creates an intrinsic dialogue. Works inspired by prophecies often fuel cultural movements, bringing stories to life that resonate long after their inception. Whether through literature, painting, or music, the ghostly fingerprints of prophetic foresight can be identified at pivotal moments, shaping the zeitgeist. Take, for example, the influence of Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy or T.S. Eliot's musings in the Wasteland. Each piece reverberates with a sense of urgency and reflection, an acute awareness of the cycles of history, reminiscent of Nostradamus' themes. In doing so, these artists illuminate human frailty while simultaneously propelling the collective consciousness toward reflection and redemption. Prophecy flows not just within barren scrolls but mingles through our shared creative heritage, continuing to challenge and inspire us in measuring the weight of existence. Eager to discover how we, as modern interpreters, can interface with and learn from these ancient truths? Embarking on this journey prompts deeper self-reflection, urging us to scrutinize our beliefs and reshape our interactions with the world. Do we expect prophecies to come to pass in neatly packaged timelines, or could they merely be signposts encouraging us to forge ahead with courage? By drawing connections between the prophetic words and personal encounters, we can arm ourselves with understanding. This interplay can sift through the static of fear, charting a course towards something greater. The narrative pulls us into a broader societal dimension, exploring how prophecy serves as a means of collective resilience. During epochs of unrest, the belief that a prophecy foretold a better future can provide hope, galvanizing communities around shared visions. By invoking ancient prophecies, disparate groups have united, transforming despair into resilient hope. This speaks to the vital currency of faith, which has been a cornerstone of humanity throughout history. And still, even beyond belief, there lies an intriguing conversation surrounding the mere act of prophecy. What does it mean to anticipate change? To speak or write about the things that lie ahead? Paradoxically, as we seek to navigate the tides of time, we must also embrace uncertainty, a recognition that while past predictions surface and swirl through human experience, the future remains malleable and open to interpretation. The mysterious tome does not dictate our paths but rather offers reflection. It invites us to dance within the mystery of existence. As we approach the conclusion of our exploration, let us pause and consider the remarkable ability of this ancient text to catalyze reflection, personal growth, and societal evolution. The layers of intricacies threaded through prophecy provide a rich landscape, inviting us to confront our beliefs and question our perceptions as we forge ahead. This book, whether seen through skeptical eyes or zealous belief, unearths questions that transcend boundaries. We remain cosmic travelers navigating the vast tapestry of fate and choice. Finally, we must acknowledge that the conversation around prophecy is not confined to the pages of ancient tomes. Each of us possesses the capability to engage with our narratives, becoming the authors of our own destinies. The ancient text serves not merely as a relic but as a wellspring of inspiration, an invitation to partake in the eternal quest for meaning. As we build upon the legacies left by figures like Nostradamus, we lay the groundwork for the narratives that will speak to generations to come. To embrace the mysteries of the past, we must continuously shape our futures with conscious intent, using the lessons learned from ancient prophecies as lanterns illuminating the dark paths that lie ahead. As we leave behind whispered interpretations and dive into the uncharted waters of tomorrow, the journey does not conclude here. It continues within each of us, not only as an echo of what was but as a vibrant synthesis of what might still be. The ancient book, that tome of wisdom and intrigue, remains open before us. What we glean from its pages is not just historical reflection but the guidance to maneuver the uncertainties of our times. As we forge ahead, let us hold on to the radical notion that within the fabric of prophecy lies both caution and possibility. For in our very acceptance of uncertainty, we kindle the flames of hope, and therein lies our greatest power. The cycle of history may repeat, but our interpretations can shape new futures, illuminating the path for those who will follow in our wake. So, I encourage you to continue reflecting on the enigma of prophecy, to challenge your perceptions, to embrace the sheer wonder of existence, and to recognize that our narrative is being written every day. Hold in your heart the questions that whisper between the lines. What story will you choose to pen as we all, together, write the next chapter in humanity's epic tale? Time will indeed tell.